Hi everyone, this is actually the second part of this series. Who knew I can actually make a second part, and I'm recording this right after the last one, so like shit on a pile. But anyway, let's continue. We are in the text part of the game. So, you arrive at home, find post on the map. Most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Yeah, curiosity gets the better of me and I open it. It's a form from a new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. That's me. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Take from that name what you want. Sam can be anyone. Or Alex, to be honest. Your children, Charles Winston and Susie Winston. Well, I muse at... Blah. I'm getting tired. Well, I muse. At least I got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. For some fucking reason. Question 1. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly and introduce yourself to your new coworkers. I'm kinda introvert. Be productive and get to work immediately. Yeah, that sounds pretty much like me. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with your new workplace. Yeah, that might be. I might be looking at what I have to work with and so on and so on. Reminisce with friends about old jobs. What friends? This is a new job. Okay, it has to be between these two. I would probably first check what I'm working with before I start to actually work with anything. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would... Okay, so it's minor importance. Help your colleagues cover up their violence. No, I will get fucked up if they get caught. Recommend that your colleague reports it. Well, that's a good idea. Promise your colleague that you won't tell anyone. Well, that's basically the same as the first one because I don't want to lie to my colleagues, so I wouldn't tell anyone if I promised that. Report the violation to your supervisor immediately. No. I would first ask the colleague to report it in, and if they don't, I would probably report it later. Maybe, if it ever came up. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would Work on time? Well, sure if I don't get overtime pay. Stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline. Again, if I get overtime pay, or if people's jobs rely on that. I'm fine with getting fired myself. Leave work early and head to the pub to chat about the change with colleagues. Nah, not my type. Leave the work, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's pretty much between these two, and because there's no mention of overtime pay, I am going to leave on time. It's the annual company barbecue and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. Well, okay. Washing your hair that day. Well, I probably should because I haven't showered in 2 days. Go if you're free but wouldn't mind missing it. Okay, that's probably my style. Have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. Oh, basically because in this game I have a family. I have to take the first one. If it was just me alone, I would go with the third one. You have a long, successful career and are now about to retire. Here, you list your achievements and the good memories you have of working there. Okay. Give an honest review of pros and cons of the company. Okay, I'm going out, so there's really no bad side if I'm being honest with the cons, even if there's some a-hole managers. Focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there. That's a bit harsh. There's probably good and bad in the workplace. Refuse to attend. Well, that would just be rude as hell. So, honest review. I'll tell you that, hey, these things are great. We are doing absolutely great in this department, but there are these things that might need some fixing up. In your spare time, you like to relax alone doing things like listening to music or making models. Relaxing alone is okay, but the rest of it is pretty much here and there. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. Okay, I'm not going to be in a rally anytime soon, but I do like to get involved in politics. Encourage and support your children with their hobbies. Well, that's again the problem, because the game kind of told me I had children. Play in your local sports team. Well, I do actually play in a couple of local amateur sports teams. So that would be for me in where I am at the moment, but if I ever have kids, which I doubt, I would probably be with them, because I would be so freaking scared that I f them up if I don't. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind. Okay, not bad. Exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges. Better, a structured day out at theme park bursting with thrills and attractions for you and your family. Ooh, the structured part drops that out of the list. A romantic getaway with your partner to a tropical island paradise. I would fucking hate a tropical island paradise where you are just being there. So it has to be one of the first two. And yeah, unfamiliar and discovering new experiences. Absolutely. It is most important that the government keeps people safe, free, happy, equal. Shit. Okay, this is a bit of a problem, because the government should do all of that. But which is the most important? So technically you don't have to be happy. You have to be content to have a so-called happy life. Safe, obviously. Free, obviously. Equal is very important, but I mean safe and free. It's a bit of a problem. Leave a comment if you have an idea what I should put in here, but I'm actually going with equal, because if we are all equal, the safety and freedom becomes so much easier. Thank you for your cooperation. Advance knows your time is valuable, and we appreciate your help in leading the nation to a brighter future. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just trying up your favorite coffee cup worn out. Sorry, I have a little bit of sniffles. You're just trying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn out souvenir of your first trip together. Prints faded out, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality. Alright, I remember this. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. Sam is my spouse, by the way. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly dressed. By the way, big props on even here using him instead of he or she. Chris takes a deep breath. Would be Christy, short for it. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. Chris stammers, but I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. Chris stammers. But I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. Oh, right, he is a nice guy, but it's Sam's sibling, so I'm going to ask if I should get Sam. No need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You have heard about the Assets and Wealth Act? I literally work in the news, Chris. Chris's fist bangs the table. It's total bullshit! They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness! Which is why I need your help. So what exactly do you need, or why do I get the feeling I'm not going to like this? Somehow, actually I remember why I'm not going to like this, so I'm going to go with the second one. Chris's eyes seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know this is a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. The thing is, that's hella illegal. But it's family. Again, it's because I'm put in this family that I don't really know that well. Let's go with what for. They've taken mine and half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar, so... Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe, but I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex, I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice. So here comes the problem with my morality. If the government suddenly wants to take away your earnings, that's a hell bad thing. But at the same point, I understand high taxes and such because the government is supposed to provide for the people who don't actually have any money. So the thing is, I kinda want to give him the passport. I'm not that much of a government supporter, especially in this case. So I'll go with the family. You climb the stairs to your bedroom, careful not to wake Sam, who is cocooned in the duvet as usual. You open the wardrobe, unlock the safe and retrieve the passport. A sleepy voice breaks the silence. Alex, what's going on? Nothing, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep. Chris is downstairs. They're leaving the country and they need my passport to do it. So, am I going to be honest? Yes. Fuck yeah. Sam sits bolt upright now, all thoughts of sleep gone. What? They're leaving the country? Are things really that bad? Apparently, but they'll be fine if they can leave. Chris can take my passport and get out. According to Chris, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I really want to give up. I'll trust Chris. Whatever. I know how it ends, but I want to make these choices with actual thought instead of what would give me a better result. Especially because, like I said, this has a middle part that I haven't seen yet. This might come into play. Worry lines on Sam's forehead seem to relax. Thank you. Hey, missed a quote mark there. We have to look out for family. And if I know my little Chrissy, hey, didn't, it's just weird. Foster. Thank you, we have to look out for family, and if I know my little Chrissy, it's probably all one big overreaction. Exactly, let me take this downstairs and then to bed. I'm so sorry, I know how important your family is to you, but I just don't think it is a good idea. I can't risk. I already said I'm going with family. You close the safe. Sorry. You close the safe and head back downstairs to find Chris at the table, fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So, have you got it? Yes. Yeah. Good luck with everything. Again, I'm not going to deny it at this point. I've been telling you I would do it for family. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thanks, I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Chris takes the passports and, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs the Nighton fluorescent suitcase and heads out into the night. I head to the bed hoping I can pry some of the duvet away from Sam without waking them. Okay, there was probably a weird cut there because I had a coughing fit. So let's continue. I'm going to keep this going until I get to the next actual gameplay part, which is here. Hey, fuck you! You're making me do all your stuff.
Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts.
Okay, I don't need that.
You might
Yes.
want to have a bit of a think about it.
Oh,
Decisions have
this
consequences.
is something
don't
I'm
they?
not going to spoil, so you have to buy the game yourself if you want to get Mr. Snugglehugs.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0.
Where's the clock?
But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect
Alright,
their
I
lives.
can
So like with
make
the
someone
adverts,
look good or
choose
bad
carefully.
if I want.
Oh,
And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back
Okay,
in the
again,
next break.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
coming, darling.
put camera 1
Says theirs gets really hot.
already
Does
up
this think dogs
because
have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the
it's
moon.
not time sensitive.
Not the best source of consumer advice then.
Channel
Don't blame me when it
1
explodes. Going in 5,
text is
4.
still running.
To go over to Jeremy
1
Donaldson for
and go.
tonight's National Night.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living
Okay,
standards
so
for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking you my guess if we're on the way to a new
don't
future.
remember.
Out with the old, Remington
If it
Smiths
was
have appointed
before.
Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the
going
highest honours,
with
immediately
kind
being asked
of
back to election. The markets have responded
nice
favourably
way
to Sophia's
for
appointment,
both
with stocks rising
sides.
30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong, a marine biologist Ingrid
Oh,
Swarsborg
do they
and
work together
have today set
or
off to
are
explore
they
Dante's
against
taint.
each other?
The recently discovered cave system was previously thought
Say
unreachable,
they
but thanks to a new breakthrough in
together.
underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs.
So,
The footballer was caught
puking
while out
or
celebrating being named Sports
with a-
Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme.
with a view.
Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside
Like I
My
said, I'm
Snatch, has kept
trying
her
to be
firmly on
kinda
the
nice to
Could romance be on
everyone
the
that
cards
this
for these two
playthrough.
budding A-listers? And Grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going
Holy
live
crap.
around the country to talk with
This
people who've seen the
is
criminal
a-
justice system from every
Oh.
perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police.
Those
less
are
and less
kinda
oversight.
bad.
Are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that, and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Whoa, I almost missed that. I have to do this at the same time as changing? I might have made some changes, or I'm just absolutely fucking trash at this game now.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some...
Quick pause. I hope I remember to cut this out, but who knows?
legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the
Alright,
great herd,
guys.
ignorant, sterile, and
Chilling out
That's
for
what they
his own
want.
Or
book.
perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most destructive threat that the world
Actually
powers
helps
have
if
faced
you
since the last
do
Great
listen
War.
what
Yes,
they're
Katie's right.
saying,
War is
because you
inevitable.
can,
That isn't
And
what's
this
happening.
will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of
change
deaths. We're talking
things
high-tech weapons that can
before
level
it
entire
actually
cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
happens
Mock me all you
instead
like, Jeremy,
of
but when
just
they murder your
reacting.
parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps
This
for
is
hypno-brainwashing,
what is
we'll
so
be laughing
freaking
then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan,
awesome
but you know full
about
well
this
that
game.
isn't going to happen in a democracy.
If you
Democracy
can
is dead.
pay
Yes,
attention
Advance are radical, and change is
to
always frightening,
everything,
but the truth
you
is
can
the
do
Wealth
a
and Assets
lot.
Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that
Ooh,
these are the
bollocks
same
is
people.
a swear word.
Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a
Jeez.
little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary
Oh,
surplus, and as
sorry,
well
I'm
as properly
being
funding our public
very
services,
quiet again,
they're
but
already
this
they're already
really
funding
takes a
unprecedented
lot of
amounts into scientific
concentration.
research in the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue.
Oop.
It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, they're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does
Actually
the future look
doing
like to you?
pretty good
Bleak space
this
where we've all
far.
been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk
This
forwards
was
with
a
our
bad
eyes open.
change.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating Law and Order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back!
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard.
I break the rules, absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
Provide, while keeping us informed of all the ups and downs to help make things even better. With a vast range of activities available, building the nation's future has never been so rewarding. With the Go-Getters, you can be sure that your children will be well equipped in the march towards progress. After all, there's nothing better than moving forwards. The Advanced Go-Getters. Forwards together.
5,
That's
4,
so much
3.
of propaganda.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Oh, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problems. We need more support from ministers. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level.
We
I'm
just have to
leaving,
change
Greg.
that
Time,
every now and then.
It never
because
is it?
that's the
I'll be at my
things
mother's.
people really need.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide.
And I
5 minutes. I'm talking to
I'm
Jeremy.
fucked if I
Have you mentioned your affairs?
actually remember how many
The
seconds I have
affairs
done
of the
this while
Justice Department that we should be
still
concerned
looking
about.
at
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
freaking
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need
freaking
legislation
interference.
to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay.
Oh,
With what
this
it
is
means to
why
be a
I
citizen
don't
of this once
use the
great country.
fucking keyboard
Also,
short.
as the vicar noted in
shortcuts.
Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, hang on a moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear?
Overshot.
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gift space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent,
This
good,
thing
white
gets
people of this...
hell of a lot more
Just a moment.
Clive, this simply won't do.
more complicated.
Clive, I am not having this
later,
again.
so at some point I probably have to
As I was saying,
figure
Jeremy,
out the
moral
keyboard
decay. Crime is the
shortcuts a
responsibility of the
lot
criminal.
better,
No one
but
else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't
for
all
now
become barbarians,
I
do we?
am
Look, when our
going
daughter
with
Alice comes home with an A
peace
minus,
because
does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter.
okay, birthday boy, this is going to need a
after serving 3 years for
crap
aggravated
load
assault,
of
burglary, and menacing assault.
censorship.
He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony. Many happy
Cheers,
returns,
Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
Tony. No, I'm not going to be doing
Everybody else
that.
does.
Can you tell us what it's like
Ah,
in prison, Tony? Can you tell
Titwank
us what it's
Tony.
like in prison?
He
Prison's
didn't
a mixed
remember
bag.
it was so
Structure's quite
early.
nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. Yeah, I think asking that
That
is an
was just
oversimplification.
me
It sounds
fumbling
like
with
it's
the
getting
keyboard.
quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris. And Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. One sec, love. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
1 and 4 is okay.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
Oh, 4
It seems like we've
at
caught
the
you at a
same
bad
time is
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
pure hell.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Wait, that's
people.
Bonitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we...
Everything is going wrong in the end like the last time.
Possibly in a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
Well, that was better than the first one.
It's been a great night.
Fuck
In
you,
this next
Dave.
section, there's a bit of music. If you're
Oh,
any
right,
time with
this
the
is the
music,
fucking
you can see
beat
the
thing.
result on the Vision Mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip, when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go.
I already
Sure, he's on his way.
put
Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it
down
be?
the,
This is on you.
that
10
part, but
seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. And
ah,
in
this
5,
is
4, 3.
this is a beating.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan
Ooh.
Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College, who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey,
When's the
Friendship,
change?
on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went
Okay,
to
this
look for a
part
drama
is
teacher.
But
still
she'd been laid off due to
just
budget.
the basic stuff, but just
Fortunately,
wait
I directed
until
a
the
pantomime when I
freaking
was at
song
university,
starts.
so I knew the ropes, as it were.
I'm never going to get
me,
that right.
Jeff, algebra, maths teacher. Maths is really important. Oh, thanks, Steve.
Math is really important.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle
I
believed
just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like algebra, there was really only
Oh,
one
I
choice of
missed
career for me.
the 10 seconds
My
mark.
wife, Angela and I
Oh,
we
there
often
was-
laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
Reaction shot.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's
Yeah, I
Zoe,
might have
like,
played the
maybe she's
first
you,
version
Megan.
a couple of
Yeah,
times.
thanks, Steve. Put it in, coach. Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it.
Okay, now we are going back to 2 cameras. What?
So, Jeff,
Right.
when did you first hear about the grant?
Plus
2
3.
days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly, but we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we ballyballa.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a
Whoa.
selection of...
Fuck, I forgot the freaking sensor. Okay, and now starts the goddamn beating.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great! I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father? Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Just keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Okay, why didn't I
Double lunch for me today, but
beep
why
on
am I only
that?
truly
But
happy when
I
I'm eating?
guess the sensor went on.
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going!
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends.
Alright, I don't
Vanessa
have
is captain
broadcast,
of the
so
netball team.
that's why I don't.
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
Why I don't have the beep.
Well, I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Okay, this is a freaking beeping.
Take a look at me. Take a little
Ah.
look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be free.
Love can be cheeky. If you work as a team.
It's my choice to be made. So stop now, make a different choice.
I just never figured this out.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your crew laps. I'm a mother loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist. But that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong. Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
I never get fucking out of that.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight.
I just
Nightly news. Join us tomorrow
don't get
night
where
for all
the
headlines from
beat
across
is.
the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
You know what it's like? You've run out of things to dress up and you want your house to look like a Christmas bomb has hit it, then we've got the ornament.
Like I said, I'm not good at the last freaking. Okay, I missed other things too, but freaking beat part is just. I have nothing to. I don't know how to do that because the beat in the freaking song is absolutely horrible in the first place. So you really would need to listen to the freaking thing. Also, I did cut the ads way too late. But anyway, this is the second part, so good night everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, let's live in the game for a while first.
Sorry, bit of a big night to be honest. Anyway, over here, that's how much money you've got. You'll get more money the better the broadcast you do. These tabs take you to the bits and pieces and sections of the store. You can fix stuff, you can upgrade stuff, or you can just buy really cool stuff to put around the studio. Right, mate, and the final thing you want to know, if you want to buy something, you just click on it and go ka-ching, but there's no refunds. No refunds, so take care, make sensible decisions. Don't be like that.
Well, the satellite upgrade is just obvious, so. But anyway, yeah. Good night, everyone. This was the first two parts of this series. I hope I'm going to finish it tomorrow, but now I really need some sleep. I'm going to so die if I don't. So, see ya.